One time I hired this manager who seemed perfect. Great resume, tons of professional experience. 1 month in, I had staff quitting, the food was inconsistent, and I couldn't figure out the problem was. I had to be there all the time just to keep the restaurant afloat. On more than one occasion, a bad manager has made me question, am I in the wrong industry? Do I need to get out of this and just get a desk job? After eventually finding the right manager for the restaurant, it seemed like all my problems went away. The restaurant was operating smoothly, the staff was happy, the culture you could feel was much more positive, food came out on time. It was literally night and day. If this sounds like something you've experienced, stick around to see what I focus on now to make sure that I have really great managers in my restaurant. So the first thing that I do is get an Indeed post up for the restaurant management position. It's the primary platform that restaurant owners use to hire and recruit really quality and experienced managers. And when you go on the platform, the first thing that I do is ensure that my title of the posting is unique and doesn't have a corporate feel. Maybe something along the lines of restaurant manager who runs the show and not the desk. You're also going to want to make sure that the body of the posting doesn't feel corporate. Not overly wordy, straight to the point, what you're looking for. Make it easy for them to read. You also want to highlight what you feel is most important for them to be spending their time doing. Building a strong team, strong culture, maintaining cleanliness, being a coach, the things that are going to positively impact the culture of the restaurant. One last thing that I like to do on the Indeed post is to add a personal note from me, the owner, thanking them for taking the time to read the job posting and encourage them to apply or submit a resume to set up an interview. Managers really like working for a family-owned restaurant as opposed to a chain because having a direct connection and direct contact with the owner gives them peace of mind that they're going to have the support when issues come up. Then you're going to start filtering through these resumes, and what I look for is an applicant that has a lot of restaurant experience, preferably family-owned restaurants, maybe 1 or 2 places that are corporate. But if they've worked in family-owned restaurants, my perception is that they're going to be more active and more involved in the daily operations of the restaurant. Now, when you get some interviews set up after reviewing some of these resumes, in the interview, you want to ask questions that are going to help facilitate conversation where you can look for key phrases and how they respond to some of your questions. Some positive phrases to look for in these interviews are servant leadership, lead by example, I don't like to spend too much time in the office, I have a massive respect for the kitchen staff and what they do, I like to build strong teams, strong cultures, they look forward to dealing with conflict and approaching difficult situations in the restaurant and working hard to come to a resolution to build that strong culture and that strong teamwork atmosphere that every restaurant owner wants to see. Now on the flip side, a few examples of a couple warning signs might be, I just need a job, or there was this one time that I had the staff walk out on me in the restaurant, but I learned my lesson and it won't happen again. You're also going to want to dig into their hobbies. What do they like to do with their free time? Do they enjoy hiking, doing something active, or are they more interested in hanging out on the couch and watching the newest Netflix show? Do they have a family? Do they have a spouse? If they have more responsibility in their life, they're going to tend to take the job a little bit more seriously. Another thing you might want to talk about is their vacation time. Yes, we want to reward them with PTO and bonuses, but are they so focused on their next vacation that it's distracting them from focusing on the operations of the restaurant? As a restaurant owner, you want to feel that they've earned the ability to have a vacation. You're going to want them to have that time off and feel that they've earned it and deserved it. Those are just a few key things to look for in the interview, some positive and some negative, but you get the idea. It's important to be perceptive about how they're answering these questions and really dig into the weeds and not just hire the first person that seems to have a great resume and you think might be a good fit. Now, once you pull the trigger and hire your manager, you're going to want to spend as much time as your schedule allows with the manager on location. During this time, you want to be able to observe, how are they spending their time? Are they in the office? Or are they out back smoking a lot? Or are they staying focused and organized, coaching and leading your team to success? It's also important to observe how they deal with conflict. When issues arise, are they just calling you to vent and hope that you can deal with the issue and take that monkey off their back? Or are they dealing with it head on and just reporting back to you later? It's also important to gauge the temperature of your staff. Ask them questions. How's the new manager doing? Do you enjoy working with them? Do you feel like they're a good leader? Do you respect this individual? It's also important to gauge their drive. Are they making social media posts? Are they coming up with new ideas to keep the restaurant fresh? Are they working with the chef and the bar manager to come up with new, exciting specials? Do they know what events are coming up in your community? Do they have a calendar with all of the holidays listed so they know know when to adjust the schedule accordingly. Now, if you're on the fence about this new hire, it's important to not react too quickly and throw in the towel on them too soon. It's your role to coach them and to explain to them what you expect and what the requirements are. But after you've given it some time, you're gonna feel pretty confident one way or the other. Is this person a good fit, or do we need to go in a different direction? If you don't feel like they're a good fit and you're gonna let them go, it's important to have their probationary spelled out in the offer letter and to terminate them prior to the expiration of that probationary period. Now the focus should be setting clear goals and expectations and challenging them to hit these goals, and then rewarding them with bonuses and time off. If I could sum this up in 3 phrases, it'd be hire smart, watch close, and reward big, because the right managers are your ticket to freedom. Please like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to our channel for future restaurant-related content. Thanks for watching.